This is what's called a runoff buffer. Runoff buffer is an offshoot tech of dash walk, so I need to lay a little bit of groundwork first. This may be old news to some of you, but you'll see why it's important in just a moment. You're probably already familiar with the most common method of dash walking, which is to dash and then within the first 5 frames of your dash, hit the C stick. It can be in any direction besides the one you're dashing in, since that gives you a dash attack instead. The reason it has to be within the first 5 frames is because the attack input from the C stick needs time to expire. If you leave the C stick held down, the tilt you buffered will come out when your dash becomes interruptible on frame 15. Standard stuff so far. But if we interrupt our dash before frame 15 by running off of a ledge, the input we buffered comes out as a frame 1 aerial. This lets you buffer a perfect up air, down air, or back air the moment you leave the ground, because those are the 3 directions that you can hit the C stick in to get a dash walk. Except you can also nair, and fair, and neutral B, and down B. That's because you don't actually need to use the C stick at all to dash walk. You can just tap the stick forward twice, close enough together that the second dash input has time to expire and become a walk instead. The C stick overrides the control stick for a moment, so when it resumes the original forward input, it acts like that was the second tap. As long as you time it between those 2 forward taps, so while the control stick is neutral, you can smuggle other inputs into the buffer. A for nair, C stick forward for fair, and B for neutral special. Down special is kind of its own thing. Specials override normals, so just do a standard C stick down dash walk, and then add the B button with claw grip or a shoulder button set special. This will work even if you start your dash extremely close to the ledge. As long as you release the first dash before you actually go over the edge, you'll play out the rest of your dash animation until that second tap comes through. Unfortunately, it's impossible to buffer a side B or up B inside a dash walk like this because they both interrupt dashes no matter what. I would love to be proven wrong here, but this seems to be airtight. If this all sounds familiar to you, it's probably because of this video by J for Jonas where he covered this same tech a while back. Be sure to give it a watch if you haven't already. He covers a lot of interesting ways that other characters can kill confirm with it. So of course I went digging for all the sick new combos that this would open up for Falcon, and this was about it. His stuff just doesn't line up very well with it. For a long time, I thought runoff buffers were pretty underwhelming for Falcon. But I was wrong. I was too focused on what looked good in the lab, and lost sight of how it works in real games. This is a powerful upgrade to Falcon's edgeguard game. Really, it's a big upgrade to every character's edgeguard game, but Falcon benefits in 2 unique ways. First, Falcon's dash distance is enormous. He can threaten a buffered runoff aerial from underneath the battlefield platform. Consider how strong ledge slip knee is for Falcon, and now make it an unreactable burst option from close to ledge roll distance. And second, listen, when I realized what was going on here, all I could do was laugh. It's his turnaround. You know how the whole problem with his backdash is that he takes forever to leave his starting position? Falcon's runoff buffer out of a backdash is much harder to react to because he doesn't visibly move until frame 8 or 9. He goes from ledge trapping your roll to teleporting off stage before you know what hit you. I still can't believe it, but after more than 5.5 years, I actually found a genuine use for Falcon's turnaround. Please like and subscribe. Combine the threat of runoff buffer edgeguards with ledge trumps using dash into the ledge slip macro, and suddenly you have all the threat of a ledge slip with none of the warning. You're forcing them to read your option while you wait at a safe distance that already threatens a ton of ledge trap pressure. That's the important part of the video out of the way, but I spent a lot of time labbing this tech and I found a lot of interesting things that I'd still like to share. The thing is, I stumbled onto this tech while I was looking for something else. I had been hunting for scarb setups by buffering aerial strings off of platforms with different heights to see if I could hit that perfect height consistently. Long story short, I became interested in how this tech gives you extremely consistent heights on command. Runoff buffer lets you consistently perform certain edgeguard patterns that are either frame perfect or outright impossible otherwise. Since you're buffering your move before you ever leave the ground, the C-stick doesn't affect your momentum in the air anymore. This also eliminates the little bit of height loss that naturally happens when you ledge slip dare or down special. It's not very flashy, but it does open up new options. These bufferable setups can let you try edgeguarding certain positions with less commitment, either by saving your jump, voiding up B to get back to ledge faster, or bypassing the ledge entirely. Here's the best example I could find with Falcon. Runoff buffer knee lets you buffer and up B directly back to ledge without double jumping. This is insane coverage, especially against tether recoveries, and you get to keep your jump in case something goes wrong, or if you connect the up B and then want to commit even further. There are dozens of little buffered setups like this, but most of them aren't very impressive, so I'll only mention a few of them. And now, as a special treat, here are some runoff buffer highlights that I found with other characters. And that's all I've got for this video. Do all that good stuff if you liked it, and I'll see you on the next one.